Y'all, I'm gonna pull my hair out if we don't do something. It's the perfect day to commit some more crimes. What are we thinking? Arson, breaking and entering, mass genocide. How about an escape room? We all love a good roommate story, so here's mine. This is the tale of our grand adventures to everyone's favorite, escape rooms. We've been to quite a few so far, including an 18+ one where we lost both our sanity and will to live. Before we jump into it, here's a quick introduction to my 3 crackheads, I mean roommates. First up, we have Kiki. She's got the drip, the style, and the dad jokes to last a millennia. Also, she's secretly buff as heck, approach with caution. Next up is Blue. She's the extrovert, the life of the party, a runway model, and probably gonna be a brand ambassador for Gucci at this rate. Last but not least, we have Reti. She's the cheerful, bubbly angel of the group. But don't be fooled by her cuteness, this woman will destroy your career. And then there's me, a pain in the ass. So, what do broadcast university students get up to when they're bored out of their skull and about to implode if they don't do something? That's wrong! Go to an escape room! We some basic bitches on occasion, as a treat. So we were browsing through the selection, trying to find the hardest hardcore horror ones out there, since we're convinced that rubbing our collective half brain cells together makes us a group of geniuses. We decide on one called The Devil's Playground. Seemed edgy enough, and we were all down to boogie with some demons. We arrive at the fine establishment, sign our free trial of life away, and get tossed into a room made to look like an elevator. Guys, I can't breathe, help, oh my god. It was dimly lit with an ominous red glowing light coming from the floor. The door slams behind us and the lights go out. Yo, whose arm is this? Stop pushing! Wait, where's Ray? Ray? Yeah! And we hear this crusty, croaky, demonic voice from the speakers. As if someone put your grandma on the mic with voice mod. Apparently the jig was that we were performing some cult voodoo yoo-hoo in front of a mirror with candles and a Ouija board, and accidentally summoned Satan and got our dang soul stuck in the mirror. So now we're in the elevator to hell and gotta escape purgatory before our souls get stuck in the demon cookie jar. At this point we were looking around when suddenly the whole room started shaking, simulating the elevator in free fall, and when I tell you, I lost at least 10 years of my life after that. By the time the place stopped shaking, we were all huddled in the corner like a group of helpless penguinos. The door opens and we tumble out into a super dark room. And my blind ass should have been given a walking stick because I couldn't see shit. Anyways, the place was filled with strange rock formations and mystical stones with symbols on them, and a huge, ugly-ass demon face carved into the far wall. Now it's puzzle time! I gotta explain the type of locks in this place because they drove me insane. So there were the standard spinny number ones, but then they had these directional locks. Based on the clues on the wall, you had to slide the dial up, down, left or right to unlock it. And these things required more brain than SATs or A-levels, guys. Alright guys, let's huddle. So it's left, 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 let's throw in a right for good measure.
Ooh, y'all are whack, ooh.
Sucker, you sound like you got a clogged nose, you need some lemsip. After assembling the unholy rocks and lining up some papers with ominous writing, a hole appeared in the demon carving's face. Boy, if you think I'm about to stick my hand in there, you got another thing coming. Woman! Oh hell nah, she about to lose that limb. So yeah, we had to crawl through this tiny ass hallway on our hands and knees in the pitch black. And I think it's a bad time to admit I am both terrified of small cramped spaces and the dark. And so we escaped. Barely. Okay, escape room number 2. So this was the 18+ horror one called Abducted. Yeah, very original, I know. And the reason it's age restricted is because you literally get manhandled. Anyways, so this was in the same place as the last, and we barrel in, consenting to potentially getting murdered, and get yeeted into a dark hallway with blood red walls. This time we decided in all our wisdom to stake out some 1986 chop house, because we had fantasies about seeing all the guts and glory inside. I'm not even kidding, that's what it said. We chill in the hallway for a grand total of 3 seconds before we get jumped, blindfolded and handcuffed with zip ties. Dang, you're supposed to take me out to dinner first. Our fronts are pressed against the walls, our senses heightened by the blindfolds, and Kiki starts serenading the serial killer. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. And all of a sudden we hear Kiki scream, her voice getting further and further away. A moment of silence for Kiki, fellas. She will be missed. Yeah. Ah! The blindfolds were ripped off us as we wake up in a tiny room on a worn-down couch. Conveniently, the zip ties on mine and Kiki's wrists were loose, so we slipped our wrists out and tried to find a way to help the others. That was when I noticed a cream leather jacket hanging on a locked door with a pair of scissors inside. Convenient. And then my stupid ass says, "You know, this is a nice ass jacket. I kinda wanna take it home." Girl, that's a straight jacket! Whoops. We free the other two, and a Jason lookalike freaking throws the door open and blah, blah, blah. We walk into a larger room that's divided into two by a metal fence. The half we stood on had a long, bloody table on it with a whole ass saw, a sink, and some severed hands. Delightful. The other side of the metal fence had body bags hanging from the ceiling with a bunch of metal chains. Sucker, why did I even come here? I'm about to have nightmares for the next 3 business months. You suggested we come here. What? The first task was to stick your hand down the sink to retrieve a key to the gate and get a severed hand for the bioscanner to the door on the other side of the room. And of course, Retty, being the macho man of the group, shoves her hand down there, no questions asked. She was rummaging around, and while she accidentally kept dodging the staff trying to grab her hand as a scare. This woman is an untrained pro. Jason gives us another heart attack. We move into the next part of the room, open a little safe, get a key, and tumble into the next room. And now it's Megamind time, and shit's about to hit the fan. Jason is banging on the door we barricaded, threatening to come in and do some PG family-friendly stuff to us. And we're frantically trying to crack the code to the final door, only to realize the answers were on the wall of the first room in invisible ink. Me and Retty go to the first room with a blue light to find various numbers on the wall, while Blue and Kiki assemble the clues into the final code. We open the door, and Jason jumps out and murders us and he grabs Reddy's legs, and she looks down, and he looks up, and she looks down, and he just leaves. He's done with our shit. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bozo.
Another dark, cramped hallway later, and we escaped with a minute to spare. We were pretty proud since the escape rate was only 25%, and most people didn't even make it 10 minutes in. We got a cool kids badge, and we left with only half our sanity intact. So, in short, demons need lemsip, and we need therapy. Stay tuned for another episode of Hyrea's Roommates in the future. Ciao, and stay peachy.